Well, I've added some more movies to these shelves behind me. Will it ever end? What is up everyone, Movie Wayne back again with another Blu-ray and 4K update. This is just me showing off all the movies I have bought from the past few weeks. Now some of these were gifts for Christmas of course, but I have bought some of them myself. There's a box set in here, some 4Ks and some standard Blu-rays, some premium collections as well. And there's a couple of video games which I'll just show at the end because most of you are here for the movies. So let's just get into it with probably my favourite little addition out of all of these. Now my sister got me this for Christmas, I did ask for it. And that is the I Know What You Did Last Summer box set. Now this is a really nice, cover there. Now this J card, it's the bane of my life. It's doing me bloody head in. I'm just going to put that there. But this, really nice box set. And there's the back. Captures the fishing town of Southport really well. There's the spine. And yeah, got all three movies in. So let's just have a look at these Amaray cases that are in this box. So first of all, we do have, of course, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, I watched this the other day with my fiance. And I didn't remember too much about it, and I was quite surprised. I thought it was going to be pretty bad because I didn't remember liking it back in the 90s, but it's made me appreciate how decent 90s horror actually was. I got quite a good kick out of it. Jennifer Love Hewitt was good in this. Sarah Michelle Gellar, probably my favourite ever Sarah Michelle Gellar performance. I do apologise if there's any glare on these Blu-rays, but I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible. This is my favourite Sarah Michelle Gellar performance as well. I never quite got the thing with Sarah Michelle Gellar back in the 90s. I didn't really watch Buffy, but she was really good in this. Really liked the character, but it's full of good characters. I enjoyed this movie. Next up, we watched I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. This wasn't as good. It had a lot of problems, but I still got a decent kick out of it. But the kills in this, I would say, were a little bit better. Jack Black's in this. He's got dreadlocks. It's kind of weird to see. But the third one, I haven't watched that one yet, and I've heard it's pretty bad. This is a straight-to-video release from 2004, but just haven't got round to it. I will be watching it soon. Now, I am going to be reviewing all these movies on this channel as a horror revisited episode. That's where I go back and look at older horror movies, give them a review, but go into more detail about them. There will be spoilers and stuff. So I'm going to be reviewing these. This first one should be up on the channel pretty soon, around the same time as this video. So if it's not on there now, it will be on there pretty soon. Got plenty to say about it, and I'll be reviewing the other two further on. Now inside these, just quickly, you do get a nice booklet there. They come in the Amaray cases, and basically it's just a story about the movies. Hope you can see that, and lots of images and stills and stuff like that. Your standard little booklet, which is nice. This is from 88 Films, who I really like as a label. Still Know What You Did Last Summer. You do get a poster. Now I thought it was just going to be the poster to the new design that they have, but you do get the first movie on the back as well, which I don't know, that holds a bit of nostalgia, the original poster. If I was going to put one of them up, I'd probably put the original up. And in this Amaray case we do have some postcards that I haven't opened yet. Sorry, I'll turn that round. I haven't opened these yet, but I'll do it another time. Don't think too many people are interested in that, are they? That is I Know What You Did Last Summer box set. Thank you, Molly, for that. I really appreciate it. Next up, we do have a 4K of a 2020 movie, and that is the HMV edition of Tenet. In here, there's the spine if you want to look, and the back. Yeah. But in here, we do have, obviously, the 4K. I won't open all these Blu-rays up. It's just because this is a nice little edition. And 3 discs. So yeah, not bad. And of course we do have your little booklet there. Now this booklet is mainly just images of how they made the film and stuff, and nothing too exciting. Hope you can see them, but I haven't had a look through it yet. Now this movie divides a lot of opinion, doesn't it? Let's put the book there. This movie does divide quite a bit of opinion, but I really liked it. I put it in my top 10 movies of 2020. And I just put it on, the other day to look at the picture quality of this. And it looked amazing in 4K. Really, really good. Love the reverse fight scene in this movie. I think it's one of the best things I've ever seen filmed. The sound design could be better. I think Christopher Nolan is trying very, very hard to make a movie that none of us will understand. So he could have made it a little bit more simplistic, but then again, he probably sees this as his way of film directing and he wants to do something that no one else has done. So I can see both sides to it, but I enjoyed this film. Can't wait to watch it again. And maybe, I do sort of get the story. Me and my friend Jamie have discussed it, but I think I'll get a lot more on rewatch. I'm looking forward to going through this again. Next up is a movie that divides opinion again, because a lot of people hate this and I just don't see why. I enjoyed it, and that was Merlin on 4K. Watched this just after New Year. I think we watched it on New Year's Day. I enjoyed it. It does have some problems. The witch in this was a bit of a stupid character, I will admit that. But I thought it looked brilliant on 4K. Really, really nice scenery. And I liked the side characters who she's in the camp with and stuff. Thought they had great banter between them. Does have some problems, like I said, but one of the main problems for me in this was that she doesn't look like a boy at all, and I can't believe that they didn't get onto that when she joined the army. But apart from that and the witch, I didn't have too many problems. It was okay. I enjoyed it and looked good on 4K. So the reason I didn't watch that earlier and review it is because I didn't want to pay £20. Not because it's £20, but it was my stubbornness of wanting to support cinemas. So I had to vote with my wallet there and say no to getting that on Disney Plus. So that's why I did not review that on the channel last year. I've sort of changed my view on that a little bit now, because you could do that forever and not see anything the way it's going right now. I mean, we're in another lockdown, but that's another discussion for another day. Next up is Birds of Prey, the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. That's a mouthful. Now, a lot of people, again, like Merlin, did not like this movie, but look, it's not amazing or anything, but I got a kick out of it. I had fun with this film. I thought Margot Robbie was really good in this. I haven't checked it out on 4K yet, but I did go to cinema to watch this. My only problem, it's not my only problem, it does have some problems. I didn't like Ewan McGregor as the villain. I actually thought his sidekick was a much better villain than him. I thought Ewan McGregor was trying too hard, and he's an actor I really do appreciate and think he's great, especially after watching Fargo season 3, but in this, he just wasn't for me. However, I liked the fight scenes and stuff in this. I had fun with it. It's not an amazing film or anything like that, but it's a fun watch. Next up is a film that I need to rewatch because I enjoyed it, but the CGI was really off-putting for me. However, the original is one of my favourite horror films of all time, so I'm going to check this out again. Lots of people love this film, and I did like it. I think I give it like a 7 out of 10, but I want to rewatch it again. And that is Dr. Sleep on 4K. Ewan McGregor was in this one as well, and he was much better than this movie. I loved Rebecca Ferguson in this film as the villain, Rose the Hat. She is one of my favourite actresses working today. Love her in Mission Impossible, love her in this. Can't wait to check her out in Dune. She's just a brilliant actress, and she's such a good villain in this. One of the scenes that stuck with me in this was when they murder a young boy and take all his shining. It's a pretty grim scene to watch. I have seen a lot of disturbing movies, but that scene still got me because he was such a young boy. But overall, not a bad film. Like I said, want to check it out again. This one I have wanted for so long, and I've seen it in a deal 2 for 30 at my local Asda, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to get it now because I need to complete my Spider-Man collection. And it's Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm not sure that, yeah, same cover art underneath. I've seen a CEX a few times, but it never had the slipcover on, and I'm not really too bothered about slipcovers, but all my other Spider-Man films have slipcovers, so I did want to get this one with the slip. Finally own it. I enjoyed this one. I didn't like it as much as Homecoming. Homecoming was definitely the better film. It's probably my favourite Marvel movie, in all honesty. I'm a bit of a Spider-Man fan, and Homecoming was such a surprise to me. I loved it. I loved Tom Holland in the role of Spider-Man. Really looking forward to Spider-Man 3. don't know if the multiverse is fully going to be for me. I hope they don't overdo it and just keep it to 1 or 2 films. But I'm still looking forward to checking it out. It will be good to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield if they do go into that movie. But this was good. I enjoyed it. Jake Gyllenhaal was a good villain as Mysterio in this. So, yeah, glad to own that now. Got to complete the Spider-Man collection. I don't know if I'm going to do this, but I am thinking, leading up to Spider-Man 3, which is due out in October, considering everything goes well, reviewing every single Spider-Man movie leading up to that, and then ranking them all at the end of watching the third one. I don't know yet, but if that's something you guys might like to see, let me know. Next up is another movie that I got in the deal with Spider-Man, Far From Home. Now, I am trying to buy movies that I have already seen because my to-watch list is just too long and I want to whittle it down. So I'm trying to buy movies that I've already seen and I enjoy to put in my collection. But this one is Jumanji: The Next Level. I really enjoyed Welcome to the Jungle. So I went in with full expectations to enjoy this one, and I did. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first, but I still thought this was such a fun film. I'm not sure the body swap worked too well in some of the characters, but Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson always make me laugh in this, especially Kevin Hart. I think the guys are hilarious. Karen Gillan is such a good actress. It's just a really, really fun movie. I love all three of them, the original, the remake, and this sequel to the remake. So, or reboot if you like, whatever it is. Sequel, whatever. But yeah, just a fun movie. I would watch these again. I'm glad to own it on 4K. Next up is the only 4K with no slipcover. Not really bothered, but this was The Invisible Man. I put it in my top 10 movies of 2020. It was the best horror film of the year, I thought. Didn't expect too much from it, going by the trailers and stuff, because the trailer gives so much away, and that's usually a bad sign for a movie. However, I was so surprised by this. This movie was so much more than that trailer. Elizabeth Moss was great in this movie. She was so good in the role. Tense scenes throughout. Where you know, there's no one in the room on the camera, but you know he's in there. And there's a restaurant scene about 2/3 of the way through this where I just is in shock. It was such a good moment. Highly recommend this if you haven't seen it. One of the best films of 2020 for sure. I've even seen a lot of people who put like lots of top 10 movie lists of 2020. They've included lots of indie films and films that people might not have seen, but still included this as well. So that's how well thought about it is. So I really enjoyed that. Next up, a couple of premium collection titles here. And I bought this, like I said, I didn't want to buy too many movies that I haven't seen, but I am doing a collaboration with my friend Aiden and my friend Andy. Hopefully be up Friday. We're going to be talking about our favourite films from each genre. And Aiden has decided to pick this one. No, his most rewatchable films. And that is Airplane. And I watched this last night and I thought it was really funny. From the first 5 minutes where the guy is guiding the plane. And then someone asks him where something is and he points over there. And then the plane just goes right through the airport. There's some funny moments in this. I did think the jokes were kind of overused towards the end, like they were saying the same joke all the time. But apparently people think this is the best comedy ever. I don't agree with that, but I do think it's a really, really strong comedy. A fun movie, really. there's a scene where they dance to the Bee Gees in a restaurant, and it was, yeah, it was really good. Enjoyable film, you know, pretty good comedy. Oh, if you want a quick look at this, I'll open it up. Premium collection, not much in there, just some postcards and stuff, but yeah. I like the premium collection hard boxes, they're nice. Next up is the other premium collection I got, because these are usually 2 for $15, aren't they? And that was Dolores Claiborne. This was another one I hadn't watched. But there's so many premium collection movies that I hadn't seen, so this is the one I probably wanted to watch more than anything. And I've just realised there's quite a few Stephen King movies in this haul here. 4 to be exact. There's a couple more to come. We've got Dr. Sleep and this one up to now. I was really looking forward to this after watching Misery for the first time last year. I thought, you know, what's her name? Kathy Bates was brilliant in that. She was really good in this as well. I wasn't too keen on Jennifer Jason Leigh in this, but the story was really good to watch it unfold. There's a lot of domestic abuse in this, which is hard to watch. But Overall, a really, really good story, really good thriller, really good crime drama, and I highly recommend it. If you like Stephen King films, if you like good stories and how they unfold, this was really good. And once again, Kathy Bates was really good in this. Such a good actress. Next up is the first movie I ever reviewed on this channel, and I just thought I have to own it. This movie will always own a special place in my heart. Not just because it's the first movie I ever reviewed, because it's such a great film as well. And that is Jojo Rabbit. Oh, I just loved this movie. Loved Taika Waititi's direction in this, the way he's made it. The way he plays Adolf Hitler as well is genius. Roman Griffin Davis, is it? Such a good child actor in this. I thought he led the film really well. But it's got a great cast all the way through it. I think Reek from Game of Thrones is in this. Scarlett Johansson. You know, it's just a really good story. Roman Griffin Davis, you know, he thinks the Nazis are the greatest people in the world, so Adolf Hitler is his hero, and Taika Waititi is his imaginary friend as Adolf Hitler. I highly, highly recommend this film to anyone, because it's so good. Brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. Next up is another movie I went to see in 2020 at the cinema, just like Jojo Rabbit, and that is The Call of the Wild. Now, when I picked the 2 premium collections up from HMV, you spend £20, it's free delivery basically. So I bought this for £6 and it came to 21 and got free delivery because this was on sale. I didn't love this, but I didn't hate it. I thought it was a pretty average film. I watched a movie called Togo on Disney Plus, which is the same type of movie as this, but it's so much better. In this, the CGI dog, I don't think the CGI was too bad in this, to be honest. However, when you watch Togo, you can see that it's so much better when they use a real dog. But I enjoyed the 2/3 of this movie. I did think when Harrison Ford came into it, it went weaker, which is strange because he's such a good actor. Chris Stuckman actually done a review on this and said Harrison Ford saves the movie, and I disagree with that. I think it's the total opposite. He's not bad in it or nothing. The story just drifts into a more boring realm, really. Yeah, but it's not bad. I do recommend it if you want to watch a film with the family. It's not too bad. Next up, another John Carpenter film. One of the first films I watched last year, and as soon as I watched it on Netflix, I went, I need that movie in my collection. And that is Christine, John Carpenter movie, Stephen King adaptation. John Carpenter does such a good job directing this. I really liked watching the arc of Arnie in this, because he gets this card, he's always picked on in school and stuff, but he starts to get lots of confidence, and then he gets a bit cocky and a bit arrogant, and it's his downfall, and he pushes everyone out of his life, but it's all down to this car actually controlling him. It's great, it looks great, the car is amazing in this. I love how it looks, how it sparkles. But really, really good horror movie, some great kills as well. Highly recommend this one. I've just done a top 20 first time watches video of 2020, and Christine was actually in that, so yeah, don't forget to check that out. I'll leave the link down below if you want to check it out. Next up, another Stephen King movie, and that is Salem's Lot. I wanted to watch this for such a long time, so my fiance kept that in her head and bought me it for Christmas. This has actually got a different cover art underneath, which is really nice. But this, I put this in a Blu-ray player and I just went, let's see how long it's on for, and it was 3 hours 3 minutes, and I was like, oh. But it didn't seem like 3 hours. It kind of flew by, to be honest. Apart from the last 20 minutes, that kind of dragged. Bonnie Bedelia's in this, if you remember John McClane's wife. She's so young in this movie. She was really good. David Soul, good lead actor. There was some creepy moments in this. You know, if I would watch this as a kid, I think this would have really creeped me out. The vampires knocking on the window and stuff was really, really weird. But not a bad movie at all. Next up is going to be probably my favourite Robin Williams role, and it's a serious role. And that is 1 Hour Photo. Now, this is really strange, a good thriller / horror movie. It's about Robin Williams, who works in a photo booth where you go and get your photos. Not a photo booth, but a photo development company. So this family keep taking him pictures for him to develop, and they'll come back like an hour later and get the pictures. I know it's all on phones and that now, but that's how it kind of used to be. You can still get it done and stuff. Anyway, but he makes 2 copies, one for himself, and when he goes home to his house early on in the movie, you see all the pictures of this family around his living room, and he thinks he's part of this family. It's really, really creepy and strange. A good thriller. I highly recommend this. My fiance kept this one in her head as well. She knew I was after it. It was always sold out on HMV. Don't know where she got it from, but really recommend this. Good Robin Williams performance if you want to see something different from him. I know he's done a few serious roles. This is probably my favourite role of his, I'm not going to lie. That and Jumanji. I know they're totally different types. And next up, we just have 3 video games that I'll just show real quick. And these are all for the PlayStation 5 that I got for Christmas. Fiance's mum bought me this, and that's Sackboy 8. Big adventure. I did ask for this, I did want it. I do love a good platformer, and this looks like a fun game. Haven't played it yet though. Next up is Man-Eater. My fiance got me this one. I have platinum this game, and if you have a PlayStation 5, this is actually free this month in January. So get it, because it's a really fun game. It's very repetitive, but not in a bad way. I never got bored once of what I was doing. Just a fun game, and you upgrade your shark as it goes. And next up is a game I'm playing right now called The Pathless. My dad got me this, and my mum and dad got me a lot of these 4Ks as well. So thanks very much, mum and dad, for that and this game. I'm playing this right now, I'm really enjoying it. There's some really good puzzles and it's really nice to look at. Very simple game, it's an indie game, isn't it? But I'm really enjoying it. And that is it, guys, for my Blu-ray and 4K update of the past few weeks. I don't really do these monthly no more, I just do them when I've got a big pile. And I hope to do these a lot more often this year. Now, I have bought a brand new shelf. Them shelves behind me, I've got a new one because I don't know if you can see it, it might just be off camera, but there's a big pile of Blu-rays next to me here, just stacked up, so I need another shelf. And I'm going to be sorting this room out a little bit, and hopefully my goal this year is to do a full room tour video. Now, that might be towards the end of the year, because there's a few things I really need to do with this room. I've got a busy year ahead of me, because I'm getting married and stuff, and it all depends on if COVID allows that to happen, because it's meant to be abroad and stuff, but it all depends. But it'll probably be towards the end of the year when I get this room fully done. I know a couple of people have asked for a full room tour, so yeah, hopefully you'll be able to see where I film everything, apart from this little corner here. But I don't want to show you it now because it's not done and it'll just be a crap video. So lots of plans for this room this year, so yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you want to see more of these Blu-rays and 4K updates, the link will be down below. I'll leave my top 20 first time watches of the year down below as well. And there's a few lists I've just done, like my top 5 worst movies, my top 10 movies of 2020, top 5 disappointing, and top 5 surprising. So I'll leave the link to my top 10s down below as well. Definitely worth checking out. I've enjoyed making lots of videos the last few weeks, so here you go. Take it all easy, guys, and don't forget to check out the I Know What You Did Last Summer's reviews coming pretty soon in Horror Revisited episodes. Take it all easy, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.